You can do everything right. It just doesn't guarantee you success. What's going on, guys? So it is Sunday night. Another week down. Give you a quick recap on last week. Talk about a couple things. Debating to do a video tonight, tomorrow night. So I figured, hey, I'll just do it tonight. Parked up. So last week we had that appointment on Monday. You saw Instagram. You saw the video last week. You knew that we had the flat tire. Well, we still made it to Arkansas. We got up the next morning at the Walmart. I delivered a big old load of stone, rock, a bunch of stuff. They're getting rid of their gardens in there, I guess, 'cause they were setting up their corral. I used to work for Walmart. I've done that thing. It ain't no joke. So that was pretty easy. And then from there, we went over to Van Buren, Arkansas. Preloaded trailer. So I love me a preloaded trailer, man. So bounced over there. Wasn't, I don't know, maybe an hour over to Van Buren and loaded it up, and it was steel. A bunch of wooden spools of guard wire rail. It's a company that makes rail. Taking the company that goes out and they put it out on the highways. So it was tarped, it was chained. I just boom, boom, dropped my stuff, moved stuff around, rock and rolled. I was down in East Texas. I delivered that. It was a pretty simple delivery. I got there the night before, parked up on location, got up the next morning, bada boom, delivered that and said, hey, run up to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Gonna grab a load of lumber going down by Waco. So picked that up, loaded it up, rock and rolled, made it all the way down to Waco. Now the thing with the Waco load was I couldn't park up because they sent me the load and they look at the address and it shows like a traffic circle in the Waco. And I'm like, hey guys, this ain't right. I'm looking on, there's a cantina there. I was like, I'm looking on Google Earth, I'm looking on everywhere. There's no phone number for the customer. What do you got? And then he came back about an hour. I said, no, that's where it's going. You just right off the traffic circle. So you know, you park up, you get up the night before. I was 30 minutes away. I mean, I was rocking and rolling last week. And I made about 30 minutes away. And I got up next morning, strolled in, couldn't deliver till 8 o'clock. So I got up and rolled in. It was a construction site. They're building apartment complexes. So said it was plywood subfloors for apartment complex. So that right there on the side of the road, got in, bada boom, got offloaded. I was low on fuel. So I went to the pilot and parked. And this was Thursday. So, you know, I had done 3 loads. So, all right, sweet, we'll get another one. It's early enough Thursday. I should be able to get one Friday and get home. If you saw on Instagram, you know where the story's going. 11:30, they gave me a load of cement, bagged cement, going to a place south of Lubbock. I don't want to go into too many details about that because I'll get into that. And 11:30, I got there. 12:30, I was loaded. I mean, strapped, tarped, ready to rock and roll. 350 miles, easy 5-hour drive. It's like, sweet, rock and roll out. It was about 1:30, I guess. And so I'm rocking and rolling, and I can't get a highway route. Everything's back roads, man. So I'm back road here, going through all the small towns, went by my hunting lease. So I don't know where I'm at, you know. And I don't know, I was gonna be there about 7. And I got a message on my Trimble about 4:30. And said, hey, just heads up, your appointment is for 2 o'clock tomorrow on a Friday. I was like, be there tonight. And I looked, I stopped pulling with my customer. It says they're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. But I got a 2 o'clock appointment. I was like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna not get there. So anyway, rolled up, parked on the street right by the customer. I got up and I'm, again, we know from the steel, just because it says, you know, you have an appointment. So I let them open at 8. About 8:15, I walked up and the guy was like, hey, yeah, I saw you're here. Because we told him it'd probably be this afternoon. He was like, hey, that's fine. I was just letting you know I'm here. You know, can I unstrap, untarp just so I'm ready? He goes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a beautiful, clear blue sky. I mean, they gave me permission. I didn't untarp on my own. They said untarp. So I did. And I untarped, and I was about 9:30. I was ready to go. And I watched this place, and I guess the customer showed up about once an hour. And so at noon, I did the restroom. He said, yeah, man, right in there, go to the restroom. Hey, you know, we're going to try and get to you early. We're going to try and get to you. And I'm parked by the driveway. And so I don't know why they didn't unload me. You got to remember, and kind of like I've said, they don't care about you. It's part of the business, man. They're there to run their business. And they'll get to you when they get to you sometimes. And it wasn't detention because I had a 2 o'clock appointment. It was, I don't know why, but 1:45. I went in after counting 43 groundhogs. You saw that picture. Those suckers were all over the place. And I went on, and you could hear them mumbling, like I was bothering them because they're 2 people. They kind of see me and kind of start talking and kind of look at me again as I'm walking up, and they're like, "Oh, hey, yeah, you ready to get unloaded?" And I was like, "You think? I mean, I've been here 20 hours now because of getting here last night. Yeah, just back in and we'll get you offloaded." So I backed in, did a wonderful job. I was very proud of myself on that backing. And I backed on in, and they took their sweet time, and they got me unloaded. I had actually had a pre-plan put on me that was like 3 hours away, and it had to be loaded by 4, and they sent it to me like noon. I was like, dude, they're not gonna unload me until 2. So they took that load off me, and so I got unloaded about 3 o'clock, the time everything was said and done, and I got the message that, hey, bounce home, load Monday. So 5.5 hour drive, empty, back from Lubbock to the house. And so I got to Decatur. Actually stopped short because I knew it was getting late, and you get too close to Dallas, you just don't get any parking. I found a parking spot. It wasn't an extra 20 minutes for my wife to come get me, but TMC did do me a solid. They gave me my favorite load so far, going from Midlothian back up to Kansas. So when I did 2 weeks ago that I loaded on the Friday to deliver on the Monday, well, I'm going to load it Monday. So it's Sunday night. I'm already here. I'm in Midlothian. I've got an early morning appointment. So it was one of those things, I'm about doing the right thing, where I maybe could have gone in the morning if my wife dropped me off early enough and traffic goes right, and then I get loaded quickly, and then I have to do this because it's an 8-hour drive, right? So you got your load checks. I know between here and Kansas, I got to take a 30-minute break. And with a 14-hour and where I was parked, we just said, hey, load up the groceries. I drove down here. It took me an hour and a half to get here. But I'll be ready to go first thing in the morning. At this company here, I can get in an hour before my appointment. So 8 o'clock, I'll be rolling in. And it's really cool because this place, everything's automated. So I don't really have to talk to a person. You check in on the computer, you scale on the computer, paperwork on the computer. It's very simple. I really like this place. Everything's really organized. So we'll rock out to Kansas. Another, like I said, good pay load. I'll get in tomorrow night. I'll check in on the computer. It's the same thing. A 1 o'clock appointment, 10 o'clock check-in. But I'm hoping, as they did before, and as Hernandez told me, as long as you check in early. So I'll be there tomorrow night. But I want to lead into where I led in the opening is I left home before I had to on Monday of last week and had a flat tire and didn't really benefit from it. I did not sleep at a truck stop last week. I took one shower at a Pilot, and I was rolling so that I was at the job site or at the delivery point, though, except that one I told you about, every time. I was parked. I didn't have to start my clock. I was ready to deliver first thing every morning. I mean, I could have dilly-dallied on that one going Friday, and I rolled out and I slept with the customer. I did, like I said, I literally spent 20 hours in my truck and driving up there and getting up there. I did everything right, and that doesn't guarantee me a good week. And that's the hard part about this job, is you just have to know in your heart that in the long run, it will. I will benefit from doing things the right way every time, by taking advantage of parking at the customers, by rolling. I don't take 11 hours off. I have a 10-hour break for a reason. Now, as it worked out, if I get somewhere at 7 and I can't deliver till 9 o'clock the next morning, well, that's what it is. But I don't just dilly-dally either. And I just have to believe that when things get busy, that's going to pay off by setting up the routine. So, yeah, it sucks right now. Doing all that work. Leaving Monday when I didn't have to, getting in late Friday on an empty trailer, leaving Sunday to drive an hour and a half. It's rough, but it's a reason. Because if I can run it now, when it gets busy, it's going to pay off. So I'll tell you that if you're getting in your own truck or you're with a trainer or you're doing whatever you're doing, just keep doing the right thing. Get that momentum, get that strategy, get that plan, get everything rolling for you. And when it gets busy, it'll be easy. That's my favorite thing I saw, on a shirt I had on last week. It's a hunt shirt, but, train hard, hunt easy. Train hard on your truck, and then driving's easy, because I didn't want to leave to come down here tonight. Put that key in the ignition, got a little smile. I love driving the truck. So anyway, I'm not going to repeat that stuff. So just want to say that last week was a rough one. I think the truck Gross right at 2,800 bucks. Like I said, they were nothing great, but they were, you know, $600, $700, $800 loads. Get your tarpon money, yada yada yada. You know, I'll make, I don't know, $700, $800 next week. So I'm 28% now. They finally got the evaluation in. You know, I knew it was going to do it. And the only reason it was 28 instead of 29 was the truck ain't made no money. And that time of year. So we'll get it up. We'll get up to 30, 31% here pretty soon. I got TQM coming up. So, I mean, it was not a really exciting video. But I was going to do one thing here at the end. Get this email up. I got 2 really good emails from some subscribers, and they were long, and I didn't have my computer, so I wanted to actually, I get a lot of these questions. There are a lot of the same questions that, you know, I normally get, so I want to go over them real quick. Again, I'm not going to say, you know, trucking, you know, I'm not going to say their names or anything like that. I'm just going to go over some of the questions for you. So, stumbled across your video. Don't you are 6 months in the oil field, came back, Do you have a lot of layover, wait times on load? It just depends. Remember those one times where I've had to wait 6, 7, 8 hours after a load? Here lately, they've been more steady, even the ones loading at 2 o'clock. So layovers we don't really have. You're not going to sit somewhere. The worst thing that I've had is unload at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 4 o'clock in the morning get where I got to drive to my next load. So we don't have super long layovers. It's 10-hour break and right back at it for sure. Benefits. I have a family of 4 kids. My wife is not on it. She can't. Your spouse can't be on it if their company offers insurance. If your wife doesn't work, then she can be. Mine's $71 a week, and that's medical, dental, vision. It's a wrapped up plan. It's a group policy. Everybody pays the same price. It's $71 a week. I would definitely say that because I keep trying to go home on the weekends, I got a lot going on right now. It definitely seems like I'm regional. They don't send me out too far. I mean, Kansas is about as far as I go. I spent a lot of time in Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, which has been a lot of back roads. So here pretty soon we're going to go out for a week or go out for 2 weeks and not go home. But as I said, I've just got some stuff. Daughter's got competition stuff going on. But we will be going out and hopefully get some more experience. And that'll lead to some better videos. Trucks are governed to 62 miles an hour. Do you have onboard cameras, driver facing, road facing? This is a question that keeps coming up, I guess, because of the whole Maverick thing. I have a brand new 2020. I do not have a driver facing camera. I have no cameras in my truck that face me, face the road, dash cam. I don't have any of that. I know some of the older trucks do. Maybe the 21s they're going to get will. I have no idea. I don't have cameras in my truck. My trainer didn't have cameras in his truck. So the rumor that we have driver facing cameras, there are some trucks out there that have cameras. Mine does not. You cannot talk on the phone. Company policy is you have this, you can use it, not while you're driving. Company policy. Leave that at that. Money line. Any bonuses? The bonuses are no. Their bonuses that your percentage goes up every 30 days if you're doing what you're supposed to do. There's not really your bonus is your ESOP. Like I talked about it at the end of the year. Oh yeah. So that's that gentleman's email. Hope I answered those. There was another one here. All right, let's see. Let me make sure it's not the same thing. This guy says he wears glasses. Safety glasses. We wear the glasses that go over your glasses. I will tell you that 90% of these people, if you're wearing glasses, don't say anything about safety glasses. I do have a pair. I'll throw them on my shirt. I will throw them depending on the environment that I'm working in. But most people want to see long pants, safety vest, hard hat, that kind of thing. But like I said, I do wear glasses. This gentleman talks about a CPAP machine. There's a power inverter. I use it on my fridge. There's there's electrical power besides cigarette outlets. There's 3 cigarette outlets back here. I've got a power surge pressure plugged in. You got plenty of power for accessories in the truck. I will say that. If you have your CDL when you come here, orientation is 2 weeks. If you go to get your permit and go to Des Moines for the CDL training, it's 3 weeks. Experienced guys, I want to say is 2 weeks, but they may only be a week. I actually don't know. If you have your experienced driver, I can't tell you anything about orientation. I saw the guys. I don't know how long they were there for. Orientation pay, it's the same thing. It's $600 a week. But remember, like I said, my first paycheck for orientation was on the Friday that I graduated. 'Cause you got to work a week, and then they process the next Monday to pay you the next Friday, so you get paid every 2 weeks. You know, you get paid every week, but it takes 2 weeks, just like with any job, to get your first paycheck. But training $600 a week, orientation $600 a week. $600 a week is their basic pay. If, like I did, you have to take a week off. Let's say you get done with training on Friday and you don't get a trainer for a week, you do not get paid for that week. But again, it takes a week to get to it. You only get paid when you're in orientation, on a trainer truck, or in your truck. So, guy said that, you know, he did his practice in a dry van. I did my CDL in a dry van. Turning, stopping, backing, you'll learn that kind of stuff, but it's not a huge, the backing is the big one, and they spend a lot of time on it. But driving down the road, it's not that big of a thing. It just takes practice. Trainer is 5 weeks, up to 5 weeks, typically 5 weeks with trainer. It is pretty much automatic transmissions. You will see some manuals out there. A buddy of mine has a manual. Some trainers have manuals. Most of them are going to be automatic. We don't have blind spot mirrors up on the hood. You have your side mirrors, top, bottom. They say if you're sitting right in your seat, you shouldn't have a blind spot there. You got the mirror over the door, so you, on the passenger side, so you can see down. You do not get to determine where you go. I will tell you that it's based on where you live. This is forced dispatch. You're a company driver. You work for the company. So I think that's the gist of that email. So I did want to touch on a couple of things because those are the main questions that I get from people in email. So I didn't want to go over that. So wow, it's a long video now. So sorry about that. We're here. We'll get rolling this week. We're going to have a great week because we say we're going to have a great week. And last week wasn't that bad. It could have been better, but we're doing the right things. We're taking the right steps. We're going to have a great week. We'll see you guys soon. God bless. Let's get rolling.